Hi, I am Kim Atkins, and I have been a teacher at Lincoln Consolidated Schools for 27 years. So I was asked to talk about the pandemic and how it has affected me and what are some of our positive things moving forward. So when I was first asked to do this, I really struggled, particularly around the idea of how it has impacted me. Um, because I immediately go to our entire staff and I think of all of the different ways that this time has impacted so many people. The work that we are putting into this job and the time away from families and fear. Um, and it's endless. And I just kept coming back to there are no words to really describe the impact that this has had on me or on our staff or on our students. Um, so then where I like to go is what are the positives? Way back in October, I asked my students, what have you learned? What have you learned during this time? And we started a list, and the list was math or social studies, mapping skills, context clues within a text. Um, but then we really started focusing on technology. So, one of the most positive things that has come out of this is we have jumped wholeheartedly into 21st century learning. We have computers in the hands of all of our students, and they are learning so much. If I had my list with me to show you, it's such an amazing thing. We've learned Google Classroom. We've learned how to open assignments. We've learned how to take pictures of work we do on paper and attach it to assignments and turn it in. We've learned Google Slides. We have learned how to insert text boxes, write answers, insert images. We've learned how to change text. We've learned how to do Flipgrid. We've learned how to watch videos, how to embed videos. We've learned how to do Edpuzzle, how to answer questions using videos, how to submit all of this. We've learned how to fix our assignments, how to take tests on the computer. It is amazing the skills that our students have gained in technology alone.
Hello, today I'll be talking about the negative and positive things about school with COVID going on. So definitely one of the negative things was not seeing my teachers and my friends as much. And it was also harder to learn things, especially like in band, it was harder to learn notes. And in some classes, it was harder to learn. Definitely one of the positive things was that our teachers were always there to help us if we needed help, and it wasn't as bad since we got help. And another positive thing is that since we're going back to being in person, it was easier to learn, and I got to see my friends and my teachers in real life again, and it made me pretty happy. And now that we're moving into 4 days a week, we'll get to see them even more, and it'll be even easier to learn, and we'll start to move back into going back to normal.
Feel like it's really changed how school works. How before it was usually doing stuff on paper and writing or on the smartboard. And an assignment I can actually see and I can do it and I can write stuff down easy on that assignment if I need to write something down. But now I have to take out a piece of paper, have the assignment up on my laptop, write something down on on my paper, and then take a picture of it and then put it on my assignment and then turn it in instead of just writing something down on my assignment and putting it in the turn-in bin or something. That's how I feel like this has affected me. It's these people are digital, and then these people are digital, and then there's that one day in between, which is I guess good to catch up work, but it just I feel like it really messes with my whole how I wake up and get to school. And I know I have to wear a mask all the time now, which can get uncomfortable and sometimes annoying. And the desks are spaced out in the lunchroom. It feels like that there's not enough seats to sit everyone, because sometimes like I know I can't sit with my friends because they'll sit down somewhere and then I come in and then that entire area is just filled with people. Sometimes there's like no seats left. And the pandemic has affected me by everything is digital now, really. I mean, I'm not using like paper, or I'm not going into school some days, and I am going into school some days. I can tell that things are different. And I mean, I can be sick and still go to school sometimes, but even that's a plus to this. But a downside is it's truly I have to stare at a screen all day. It gives me headaches, and also I don't even see like half my friends or classmates there physically, and because they're digital, and it's also affected me now. And something uplifting to look forward next year is that I feel like now that everyone has Chromebooks, even if COVID ends, the school's still going to have a lot of these Chromebooks. That the whole thing that they could add more of these technology-based things, because now we have Chromebooks and more uses for them, and now we've gotten used to them, so now we know how to use them. So now we could know a lot more about technology.
I'm Nathan Seuss, a teacher here at Lincoln Middle School. I teach social studies, I teach web, I coach track, all sorts of things. I love it here at middle school. Been here for 19 years, 20 years now. It's great. Love the middle school and everything it has to offer. And for me, being virtual and being hybrid and being at school has offered a lot of different challenges, but it's been rewarding because of all the different things that I've had to learn. I'm here today with Aiden Sullivan. I have Aiden in my social studies class, also my web class. He's a web leader here at the school and does a fantastic job with that. So Aiden and I are just going to go talk about a couple questions and throw some things at him, and we'll see what he has to say. So Aiden, you want to say hi first and introduce yourself?
Yeah, my name is Aiden Sullivan, 8th grader here, and I've gone to Lincoln my entire life, and I play multiple sports like baseball, soccer, and yeah.
Awesome, very cool. And I really appreciate you doing this, and your parents giving permission for that too. That's awesome. So Aiden, first question I'm going to ask you, how do you feel about how COVID has affected you? How has it affected your life, your education, your social life, et cetera? Anything else you'd like to talk about, how COVID's affected you personally?
For me, when COVID started, I thought it was going to be like kind of like a spring break vacation, but it turns out it's been a lot longer. But for me, it hasn't really changed much of my life, because after like a month or so, baseball got started back up. I've been doing that since April, just haven't stopped. I have kept in touch with all my friends. We use a Google Meet here on my Chromebook, and we talk to each other like all the time, even at night. And so I've kept in touch with all my friends. I think my grades are pretty good. They're still like where I want them to be, and nothing's really changed for me, but I know for some people that has changed a lot.
Has the Chromebook really helped out? The fact that the school had Chromebooks for everybody, has that really helped you guys out, like staying?
Definitely.
Are there certain things in the Chromebook you guys use? I know some kids use like Google Hangout and stuff. Is that something you use?
Yeah, we use Google Hangouts, and then most of the time, like at night, we'll just be on a Google Meet, like playing video games or something.
Oh, cool. Right on. Yeah, that's awesome. You talked about your grades for a little bit. Have you felt like it's been more of a challenge to keep up with grades, or has there been certain things that have helped you?
Getting back to school in person has definitely helped a lot because when I'm at home, it's more difficult to pay attention, but it's still not like too big of a challenge.
Yeah. Just a lot of distractions, I'm sure, right? Dan?
Yeah.
Especially getting up, I think.
Okay, hi, I'm Miss Pena. I work at the middle school, and this here is
Nicholas.
Nicholas, and we're going to talk a little bit about our experience with virtual school and what's been happening in the world lately. So, Nick, we've been watching a lot of CNN 10 in the classroom, and we know that all over the world there's a pandemic, and COVID cases were decreasing, and in some areas they're going back up again. And we know that there's a lot of negative stuff that comes with COVID. We know that people have lost their lives and that people have gotten really sick. And we've had to do virtual school for almost a full year. And kids are starting to come back now, little by little, but some people are still staying at home. So a lot of bad things have happened, but within the pandemic and virtual school, I have been able to find some good things that have happened. How about you?
Yeah, I have.
What do you like about virtual school?
Well, we get like breaks and stuff just like normal school, and like it's like the same as like being in school, but just like on a computer doing your work and stuff. Like it's just like normal, but it's not normal at the same time.
Because you're in the comfort of your own home, so your breaks can be more meaningful, right?
Mhm.
And you know what I like about virtual school is I've had to learn a lot of new technology. I've gotten a lot better on the computer.
Yeah, like I didn't know how like present and stuff, and now like being a virtual, now I know how to do it and stuff.
You guys put your own text boxes in, you know how to make the shapes, you guys know how to speak into the microphone, you guys have learned a lot.
Hi, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Good. What's your name?
Jayla Johnson.
So what do you hope for next year?
I hope that we like get more help and have fun with friends and have better study habits.
At Lincoln, I thought that it was very important with the social unrest that our black students here have a chance to look at something on the walls that reflect them, since there is not much around here. So what I did was I created this poster about the civil rights movement, which is something positive that our students will have something to look at that talks about their history. Collage regarding the black inventors of the 1990s, because I wanted our students to not only know the struggles and oppression of their ancestors, but to also be really proud and celebrate the many accomplishments in spite of all that's going on. In addition to this, I also did a poster collage featuring the HBCUs, because I want our kids to know that there are historically black colleges and universities, and that they are responsible for many of the black doctors, black attorneys, black dentists. I put the percentages up here just so our students would know, and I also highlighted many of the HBCU graduates so that our students would know what the possibilities are.